Hey guys, welcome to my channel here. I'm Minh Le and this is another video speedrun. As you can see here, we got to 1428 in this account. Keep on trying, right? And obviously the thing to do is trying to play a 10 minutes game, learning things together, and explain you guys my thinking process and all that stuff. Let's go right away without the people waiting for more. The thing I'm doing is like I want to play on different things. Last time I think should be a cool stuff to stick to one opening, but now I will try and play different things for sure. F4, this is called the burst opening. So I will play this move. Obviously, you can play like d5, or like knight f6, which is the normal main line, but I love to play this line, which seems to have give black, a good attack right away. You sacrifice a pawn, but here for instance, so if you go like here, you want to play queen h4, which is mid, right? So knight f3 is the way to try, and I play like g5. That's one. This in fact is not that a precise choice, but I think in a blitz game or a bit game or in early level chess, this can be very interesting and can put your opponent in some sort of tricks, So this is what I would recommend to play. I think this is called like From's Gambit. G4. Knight e5. Okay, so he is still playing nicely right here at this point. So if you play something else like knight here, like here as well, right? Knight e5, knight to okay. I'm honestly speaking, not so sure. Like I'm just for fun in fact, but okay, let's see what happens. So now I'm quite sure the best thing to play here maybe is the taking here right away, d5 queen d1 and queen d1 knight c6 for instance, which allow me to just get a better development pieces and trying to pressure on his pieces, but I don't even know. Technically speaking, I don't like these things. I want to go for something more fun and something that the audience can enjoy together, right? Okay, let's play here. That's probably wrong, but I want to have a fun game for people to watch. G3 where? G3 where? Here? I guess so, right? Also, f6 here, he can play knight to c4 when I can't try queen h4. And here, he got disconnected, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this actually is a bad game, I guess, right? Okay, so this is not what I want to do here. Okay, I'm very sorry to this Myanmar player. He got, I think, disconnected here, so this is not what I meant to do for a speed run. I guess I will still talk about this game here a little bit here as well. So here, this line I think is considered pretty fun and it can be tricky here a little bit. When black sacrifice a pawn in order to go for activities. So this is the main line, yes it is. I'm pretty sure the way to play here is like knight f6 here and focus on development. G5 is like more or less like, I think, I'm pretty sure I can call that a blitz weapon. So G3 here is the thing to do for white, I'm pretty sure. I'm encountered this in my main account, I think before. I play G4, knight h4, and I play knight e7. That's what I play. That's what I play. When if I play bishop here, I play knight here, right? And I put pressure on this knight right away. So here and here. And now, like, there is a very fun trick I want to show you. Like castles, rook h2 exclamation mark. When things can become greatly dangerous, right? For instance, h3 here, and now this is looking like dead loss, isn't it? The rook here had nowhere to go, and this is the thing. So yeah, the sacrifice speaks for itself. So g3, g4 here will lead to this line, but I think you must be very careful. I need to play, I think, something, I guess like knight c3, I don't know, knight here. So takes, and then knight e4 probably to cover these two. But even here, I think black can still play like knight here, bishop f5, and castles on the queen side early in order to looking for some good compensation. This line overall is quite tricky variation. in the games with d4, g4, knight e5. This is unprecise. In fact, I'm quite sure that the best way to play here for black is to play bishop e5. And here, queen e1. And now, so this pawn here is under attack, right? Bishop f4, I can just play bishop here, and castles on the queen side. Knight e7, and for this pawn here, right? Which is surprisingly hard to be protected. I don't know, I mean, I have no ideas at all. For me, so I always play like this line here, this line, in order to go for queen h4. Knight g5. For me, it is a very good weapon in, I think, let's say, basically in a game, in a game. You should play like blitz and rapid. Okay, I'm gonna have plenty of time left, so I guess we will try to go deep into the bird openings, right? Instead of playing one more game, we can try to play, we can try to go deep into the line here and tell you the ideas. Sure? So let me go here. Okay, that's not the one. Okay, one moment. Oh, this is the one here. Okay, here it is. So let's go through this. Here, in this game, my opponent here, obviously, he disconnected early on, so that was not fun, right? So obviously here, g5, you see, right? It is a book move, isn't it? It's a book move here at this point. When there are still many games here available. See that? This, in fact, is the best thing. It is like the move that I will call that practical. Not the best one, but definitely something here that can force your opponent to be careful. Right? G5 here. So both of these are available. First of all, I guess I mentioned here first for you that e5 is not that a correct move. But I think in a short-term control game, this is highly interesting. You can play, like, I think the main lines like here, knight f3, and this one, right? Just here, and like g3, bishop e7, bishop g2, knight f6, castles, d3, and like c5. I'm quite sure I have some games in this line as well too. I don't know if my games is being shown here. Probably not. Okay, yeah, my game's not shown here, sadly. But I'm quite sure I have played this thing in some games, probably like maybe like the game that's not in a Entire Tuesday or no. But I'm quite sure I have played this kind of thing sometimes. So here like queen a1, and you play like knight here, I think so, right? e4, you text, and like I think this is the one like here for instance, and black is doing red. So this line in fact is fairly, I think, useless. He can also play his what to b3. When you can play like knight f6 here, bishop b2, like here's one as well, or knight f3, this e3 castles, bishop e2, right? When you play like c5 as well, and knight here with this idea of d4, like knight e5, you play like I think c7. When black can play d4, and obviously he is fine in this position, right? As you can see here from the engine's evaluation bar. Okay, let's do it this way. So this is the way to play this line. If you want to look for a normal or just like, a way that doesn't include only tricks and on the sacrifices, isn't it? But here in the game, play e5, which obviously got a game into From's Gambit. In fact, I'm kind of curious who's from google.com from Gambit chess. Okay. So this one. Okay. So the sharpest replies e5 from Gambit, named after the Danish chess player Martin Severin From. I have no idea who he is. I'm so sorry for that. I should know the line from Gambit, but I have no ideas. How is this? Okay, so take here. Need to do that. He can try to transpose to the King's Gambit with e4, right? Which looks funny. We transpose from the King's Gambit into, from the From's Gambit into the Queen's Gambit, which looks odd, isn't it? So here in the game, also thank you for the follow as well too. So in the gameplay here, d6. So knight f3 is also, I think, an availability. When I can just play d5, he play e4, and then play bishop c5, this one, right? This is what I know actually. Bishop c4, and play like knight f6, something, so this one, right? d3, and it gets to, I think that it looks like the same with the Vienna as well at some point, right? Looks like same with Vienna actually, but obviously now, so when f5 is now unavailable, black can be safer a little bit, like queen here for instance, and castles here can also be a possibility, or here, which is I think safer as well for you. So this is also a playable things, right? Obviously knight e5 right here can be tricky because of this move. It should be 6. Knight f3 and g5, which transpose to our line, right? So here, as you can see, g5 is a book move. It is a move that have people play the most. This is not really a good line that the engine appreciates, but it's a line that I think is great politically and like a good choice for you if you want to go for some tricks. You know what I mean? So here, to try it simple, knight c3, g4, and queen h4, which now the mids can be seen here or here, right? Both available. So g5 here, e4 also g4 as well. And this thing is dangerous, right? h3 obviously allow mids instantly, so that can be done. g3, g4, and knight 7 is what I mentioned earlier when you want to go for this square. So the main line here goes with d4, knight g6, and people take here knight g2. I mean, this one looks fairly bad for me. I can play like here, right? Go for this pawn, like c3, and then like h5. When black will be attacked right away, you know? This line seems odd, but black normally have great counterplay, like e4, h4. This is black here, who, as you can see, is doing better. The engine, I think, suggests something else. Maybe bishop e7, I don't know. Should know this one. Maybe some sacrifice here, maybe. I see e5 text, like here, I don't know. Ooh. This looks tricky and scary, I guess. So this stays, I think should play knight here, I guess. So should do this. Stick with h pawn, right? Queen d3. Yes, it is the main line, I know that. Knight c6 here. c3 on the games here, and this move. e4, queen e7. You see right now, black also castles here right away. When you play here, then h2 can become a thing. Or we just, I think, like play knight e5 for instance. I think this is better on knight e5. Take here, allow this, just right. And now you got knight f3, I think so. But this is getting very, very, I think, spicy. Overall, this line is tricky and it can have plenty of branches that can lead to complications. It is a good weapon for blitz and red players who want to steer the game away from normal opening territory and get the game into a phase that both people need to use the brain properly, I guess. Obviously, if you don't want to give the pawn away, you can try and play like d5 here or knight f6 and play here later on with a very reasonable game, right? Okay, so that is just like, a fairly short video. I wanted to play a long game, but my opponent just disconnected, which I'm very sorry for that. But still, I am able to explain you guys some concepts of this bird's opening, the way to deal for black, like here, or the from Gambit, right? Both available. Me personally prefer the from, but once again, people have their own choice, right? Thank you guys for the things. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the explanations and the openings. Feel free to give me questions in the chat, and we'll see you in next videos. Peace.